Hello everyone, my name is Miranda and today I am finally here to review the Scream Queens Season 1 finale. And real quick, if you have not seen the season finale of Scream Queens and you don't know who the killer is or anything that happened and you don't want to be spoiled for what happens, thank you so much for stopping by, but you'll have to come back later because I can't do a review without saying who the killer is. That's just crazy talk. So thank you so much for stopping by, but if you haven't seen it, bye for now, non-spoilers. Alright, so basically it's taken me so long to do this review because I was super disappointed in the finale, and I don't know, I didn't even want to do this review, but I figured like I've done all the episodes so far, so why not just put my reactions out there. And I mean, I don't have a ton to say about it because I just didn't like it at all. I think the only thing that could have made it worse, honestly, is if they made Grace the killer, because I mean, Hester being the killer, I had ruled Hester out like 5 episodes ago as being too obvious because she was the one that was always into the dead bodies and was like, oh, I know how to get rid of a body, and I was like, it's way too obvious. But then it ended up being Hester and I was like, whatever. I mean, the first episode was okay. I mean, I liked that one better, the first hour. The second hour was just like, let's be real, that's probably the only way Ryan Murphy got Lea Michele to play someone who wore a neck brace, was like, oh, I'll give you a whole hour episode just about your character where you get to narrate the whole thing, because that episode was just so stupid. Like, honestly, are you kidding me? But the first episode was okay. I mean, the only thing it really confirmed was that Pete was crazy, because like I still don't get what Pete's endgame was, because he went from like being okay to being with Grace and like keeping a secret from her, then all of a sudden he was like, no, we can't do this, and having like a moral conflict. And it's like, okay buddy, you can have your moral conflict, but then like he's back in the same scene to like, oh, you have to understand why I did this, I love you, I still want to be with you. And I was like, dude, you just said she shouldn't be with you because you're a murderer, and now you're like, oh, I want to be, like, it doesn't add up. It was just so stupid. I feel like it was a disservice to Pete's character. I feel like a lot of these characters the writers did a disservice to, honestly, because it was just so stupid. Like, honestly, when they went to go visit Melanie Dorfus or whatever her name is, who was the one that was sprayed originally by the twins, she was like their first victim to let them know like, we're coming. I feel like having her be the killer would be so amazing, because I had never even thought of her as a contender. And then the way like Chanel was explaining it, like, oh, you wanted to do revenge, blah blah blah, like it wouldn't explain who burned her, but like it would still make a lot of sense, and it could have come out in a different way instead of like Chanel just like attacking her and stuff like that. Oh, I'm just so done with this episode. And then it didn't even answer all the questions, because Hester said that she only killed Pete, which, let's even be real about that death scene. That was so stupid. Like, you wait until like the last second when he's about to reveal and then you kill him. Like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? And then who was he talking to on the phone? If he was talking to Hester in like the scene, how did she get in the, it doesn't make any flippin' sense, and like this whole show doesn't make any sense. But Hester said the only person she killed was Pete, so that means Gigi's killer is still out there somewhere and we don't know who that is. And I hate loose ends, and I'm not watching the show if it comes back for season 2, which I doubt it because it had really low ratings, but if it does come back from season 2, I'm definitely not watching it. I'm so done with this show. That's how I'm feeling right now, because like it was literally the dumbest season finale I've ever, like, you should have seen me when I was watching it. I was just like watching it like I just, oh, it was so annoying. Like, I'm angry at myself for investing time in this show and actually thinking that like it was going to have a solid ending and all the things like I hated about it were going to pay off in the end, because it did have its strong points, but overall it was just like it was trying to make fun of its characters so much that like I never even cared about any of them, and it made all the characters like really inconsistent. Like one episode Chanel would be like, we're all going to band together and be best friends and sisters and we're going to find out who the killer is together, and then the next episode she'd be like, zero research, like, oh, Grace is the killer, so we all need to go kill her. Like, it was so stupid. And then the whole thing at the end with like them being happy in the mental hospital, like that was so rude to me, because I feel like mental hospitals still have like such a bad stereotype around them that like crazy people go to it, and now you're basically saying that like girls who are bitchy and stuff like that, like they're crazy and they deserve to be in mental hospitals. Like, that was just such a stupid ending to me, and it was so kind of like offensive, I feel like, to both like mental illness and also people who act like Chanel, because not saying they're nice people, but we don't need to say that they deserve to be locked up and stuff like that. Like, that was so stupid. And then I just felt like overall the ending just didn't put up with any of the characters. Like, Grace would not accept that Chanel and all them were the killers, because you know they're not the killers, because they were attacked themselves. Hester has only been like attacked once, whereas all the other ones have been attacked personally by the Red Devil. So, like, if I was Grace, I would be like, no, these girls can't. Like, it's just so dumb to me. And maybe there was a scene, because I started fast-forwarding it. At the end, I was just so done with the whole entire thing. Like, maybe there was a scene where she was like, you know what, I'll keep your secret, blah, blah, blah. I was just so flipping over. I was so angry. And I was like, Hester's the killer? Really? Like, ugh. Like I said, that whole second episode was pointless. It was just backstory. And it was like, you can't like continually give us questions and then be like, yep, you're gonna get answers, and then just make an episode like explaining the answers in a narrative. Like, I need to see it in the story. I need to see it come to like fruition and feel authentic and genuine, and not just feel like you spliced it in, so we won't be like bashing the Twitter doors down and being like, how did this even happen? And then like parts of it didn't even make sense. Like when Pete said he killed Boone, after he killed Boone, Gigi was like, oh, it's good to see you have more dedication than your brother. So are you really telling me that she thought that was Hester? Like, she didn't know Hester was anywhere else, or Hester hadn't texted her and been like, hey, at the sorority building? And the whole thing with Hester, too, is I just feel like it's a really, like, awful concept to be like, oh, if you're nice, you won't get killed. Like, because Chanel was an awful person, but she did stand up for Hester in that one scene. Like, true, she tried to push her down the stairs and kill her in the episode before, but then when everyone was making fun of her, she stood up for her. So, like, Chanel does have her good moments. So, like, I don't feel like she should be punished for everything that, like, happened with Hester's mom and everything, because it's not her fault or Grace's fault that Grace's mom was a total biatch, and it's not any of their faults that Dean Munch helped cover it up. So, like, I feel like it was just, like, a misrepresentation of the target, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna watch Scream on MTV, because I think those sound very similar, but I've heard Scream might be a little better and actually make, you know, sense, unlike Scream Queens does. So if you've checked that show out, let me know what you think about it, and if it's worth checking out. I'm going to try and see if it's any better, but from what I've seen and heard, it definitely sounds better. But I'm just so 110% done with this show. I was done with the finale. It was so dumb, so stupid, and I'm just like, I'm mad at myself for getting invested in the show, and I'm mad at whoever like wrote and plotted this series, because they had such an amazing opportunity, and instead they just tried to make like so many points and try and be like so like politically funny and stuff like that, and be like, oh look, bitches deserve to be locked up in mental institutions. If you're a nice person, chances are you won't get murdered. It was just so annoying. And then the main thing that annoyed me, not only Hester, but like how all the characters just flip-flop. All of a sudden Pete was just like, oh, we can still be together. I was like, you just said she can't be with you because you're a murderer, and now you're like, oh wait, we're still gonna, like, it was just so weird, and it didn't come from any like genuine place. It felt like all of a sudden there was just a switch in all these characters, so I was really disappointed. I would definitely give it like half a star if I could. Like, if I could give it no stars, I probably would, and like the series as a whole gets 1 star, because it was just so frighteningly horrific, and the moments that I did like were definitely disserviced by this finale and how awful it was. So I'm sorry if you like the finale, but I didn't like it at all, and you're probably all gonna give this video a thumbs down. But if you did agree with me, perchance by any of this, why do I sound so British all of a sudden? Please feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and also enjoyed any of my previous Scream Queen videos. Also subscribe to my channel down below if you don't want to make all sorts of new videos. Thank you guys all so much for watching and going on this, I don't even know what adjective I should put for this Scream Queens journey, but I'm glad it's over. I literally, like, I didn't want to film this video, but I knew I had to tough it out and do it to complete the whole series. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please leave what you thought of the finale and the series as a whole down in the comments, and like I said, if you do watch Scream on MTV, let me know if that's worth checking out or not. And I'm just gonna go punch more pillows because I'm so literally angry at this series. So thank you guys again all so much for watching. Bye!